Hi, I'm Zachary Divelbiss. I'm a lawyer licensed in Arizona. You should watch this video if you want to learn more about whether the police are allowed to enter your home. If you want to hire us, please look us up online on our website or give us a phone call. If you find any of this information valuable, please like, share, subscribe, so forth. What we have here is what's going to be part of a three-part series going into home searches. Home searches are a big thing here in Arizona and quite frankly probably everywhere in the US. But since we're licensed here in Arizona, we want to get in depth at least to the basic general knowledge of what is allowed to happen, what are search warrants, what protections do you have at your home, and to see if you can try and get rid of some of the evidence if this has happened to you. So, first, we have the greatest amount of protection from unreasonable searches and seizures in our home. This is because we have the greatest expectation of privacy while we're in our homes. The Fourth Amendment protects a person, your home, your belongings from unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring law enforcement, the police, to obtain warrants that are based on probable cause and specifically describe the places to be searched and the items to be seized. If law enforcement officers, the police, obtain the evidence illegally in violation of the Fourth Amendment, then the exclusionary rule will prevent that evidence from being used against you in court, unless the circumstances surrounding the search and seizure fall within one of the many exceptions to the warrant requirement and exclusionary rule. We've created some charts that I'm going to show forward that go over some of the common questions, some of the flows that happen. These charts and these videos are not going to be all-inclusive. You should not try and do this on your own. You should always hire a lawyer if some of this applies. Going forward here. First, how do you know if a legal warrant has been issued under the Fourth Amendment? All right, so here's what we're going to look at first. First, does the warrant show probable cause to believe that a crime was committed, or that contraband of evidence or evidence of a crime will be found at the location searched? Okay, so first, there must be the warrant. The police go and get that. Was there probable cause for the judge to review this? Probable cause that the police believed through other parts of an investigation, whether it was phone calls, anonymous phone calls, tip-offs, something they observed, anything else, that probable cause leads them to believe that a crime was committed, or at least that contraband or evidence of that crime will be found at the location to be searched. Okay, so right here, if there is no probable cause for that listed in the warrant, then no, that is not a valid warrant. We've got a problem there. We should be definitely getting rid of that warrant if there's no probable cause for those specific things. In these videos, I'm not going to get into a ton of different examples or else we could be here for a few hours. So moving on though, if there is probable cause that there's the crime committed, that we've got the contraband potentially there or evidence of the crime there and the specific locations of where to be searched, then we're going to move forward. Next, we've got to ask, are these facts are the circumstances of the situation of your case. Legally, we call them facts. Are these facts showing probable cause? Were they stated under oath or affirmation? Very important. The police have to swear, and it's written down for them to swear, that they are under oath or affirmation that the probable cause they referred to up here about the facts of your case, facts of your situation, were made under oath. If the police were not under oath or did not swear with their affirmation, then it's not going to be a valid warrant. Very, very rare does this actually become an issue today legally in Arizona and Maricopa County. Very rare that this would happen. So it'd be a totally out of the blue situation that the police walked up to a judge and said, hey, sign this piece of paper, behind the table, nobody knew about it, and they didn't sign their certificate of affirmation saying that they were under oath. Very rare that would happen, but definitely one of the things that your lawyer's looking out for. Moving next, are the places to be searched and the people or things to be seized described in detail? Okay, This one is a very important factor here. We must describe in that search warrant the people who we're looking for or the things that we're trying to seize, the places that they should be found. Now, detail is going to be our big term here that we could, one, sit here and talk for hours about. Two, we could look at a ton of case law, see what other judges have done in different situations. But detail is not likely as much detail as you would think. As long as there's some specificity to what they are looking for, then that will be enough detail. As long as they're saying within the house, that will usually be enough of a description. There are tons of exceptions for this. Like I said, I won't get into this part in too much detail, but they just can't say, we're going to search anything and everything. If they were to write that, the police were to write anything and everything within a search warrant, that would not be a valid warrant. We would be able to kick out that warrant and everything that they found because of that. But if they do give details about what type of items they're looking for and where they're looking for them, then that will be valid in order to move forward. Next, is the information on the warrant, such as the address, the name, date of birth, the times, the dates, other details listed within the warrants, is that information accurate and correct? If the answer is no, then that's not a valid warrant. Okay, this one we challenge all the time. We say, hey, look, this person's date of birth is wrong. Hey, you slightly misspelled this person's name. But then they get it right in another spot of the warrant. That's going to be what the whole point of the legal process is for. Is that mistake, the typo, the human error, is that going to be enough to overturn a warrant? In most situations, I'll say no. But if there's definitely an egregious mistake, we've got the wrong person completely, we've got the wrong date of birth, we've got the wrong date, time, location in there. Sometimes the ethnicity really is on the lower end of what is not going to be excluded there. But if there's something egregious or something big, major that is wrong with some of the technical information within the warrant, and there's nowhere else in the warrant that we would know that who they really meant or what items they really meant, then yeah, we're definitely going to say that that's a part of the warrant that we will be able to and want to exclude. However, if that information is accurate and correct, then this will be a legal warrant under the Fourth Amendment. So, just to briefly summarize, first what we need is the police officers need to establish probable cause, okay? That they are going to find some kind of evidence wherever they're looking. Then, that probable cause that they testify to or will testify to in order to get the search warrant must be done under oath or affirmation of truth. Then third, they must describe what they're looking for and where they're going to look for it. They don't have to be super specific, but they can't just be overly broad to say we're going to search anything and everything. And then fourth, the information that's in the warrant, this is the fine print, it must be accurate and correct. Okay, if the police do all four of those things, then there's going to be a valid warrant under the Fourth Amendment. If there's an issue with any one of these things, then that is a great reason for your defense attorney to try and get this warrant excluded completely. Please watch some of our next videos as I will get further into detail as to how we actually exclude them, what home protections you have, and you may learn some more information. Once again, if you thought this video was helpful, useful in any way, please like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends. Let us know if you have any questions. Please feel free to reach out to us. Go to our website. Let us know if you have any questions.